Peace and blessings. Please find a quiet, comfortable place, seated in an upright lotus position, or you can lie down with both palms facing the sky if you so choose. The idea is to be comfortable. As we embrace a new decade, it can bring up various feelings and emotions that we're not aware of. Feelings of excitement and anticipation, and also feelings of fear and doubt. This guided meditation was created to allow you to sit in those emotions and not abandon them. Meditation is an inner resource to channel the source of these emotions. I will guide you with visual place marks to embrace 2020 and this upcoming decade. I ask that you now close your eyes and allow yourself to let go. Let's start by taking a few deep breaths on the 3 count in and the 3 count out. 1, 2, 3, and push the air out. 3, 2, 1. Make sure that you fill your stomach with air in the inhale and push that air out on the exhale. 1, 2, 3 on the inhale, and on the exhale, 3, 2, 1. Now let's take one more deep breath. I want you to visualize yourself sitting at the bank of a lush forest. There is a waterfall misting right in front of you, and you are taking in the sounds of the forest, the smell of the trees, the warmth of the air. You have come here for clarity. You have come here to say goodbye to another year. You did not choose this place. This place has chosen you. It is familiar here. You've been here before. There's an overwhelming sense of love and gratitude here. There are no stresses of the future, no concerns from the past. You embrace every single breath as you sit in this space. The warm sensation that escalates on your back is that of a warm hand on your shoulder. You slowly turn around and look up to see yourself 10 years ago. You are taken back by what you see as it starts to escalate a plethora of emotions, some good, some bad, some indifferent, some doubt. I ask that you sit in these emotions. Your former self 10 years ago takes your hand and looks you in the eyes. Your former self begins to explain how grateful they were to go through the good, the loving, the bad, the indifferent. Your former self is grateful and came to this very spot to tell you thank you. Thank you for being fearful, analytical, brave, loving, bold, joyful, critical, childlike, vulnerable, optimistic, and self-aware. Had your former self not gone through all it went through, you would not be where you are today, able to recreate yourself in the most compassionate and accepting way. Your former self then takes your hand and leads you towards the waterfall. You are told by your former self that the next year will be one of utter significance. You are reminded that you are to be strong and to be creative. You are also reminded to be aware of who you truly are and never forget who you truly are. You are informed that the road ahead will cause for utter humility. For this year is a year of incomprehensible success. You are informed by your former self to let go of the past year, to let go of the past decade, to embrace what is to come. You are to make a promise to your former self. That promise is between you and your former self. Think of everything that you promised yourself. Think of everything that you wanted to do. Take away victimization and embrace freedom in 2020. You are now guided by your former self to stand under the waterfall. As you stand under this waterfall, you notice how warm the water is. You feel the residue of the past years, the past stresses, the past anger, the past hurt, dissipating and falling off of you. You then feel your former self take your hand as you are joined underneath the waterfall. Both of you look at one another with a huge smile as you jump into the crystal blue waters. As you come up to the surface, you notice that you are alone. You swim to the bank and climb out of the water refreshed, renewed, ready to take on the new decade. You notice there is a note sitting in the spot where you meditated. You open the note. A simple thank you from your former self is all that is needed to embrace 2020. Facing yourself is never easy, but it is necessary. As you go into this new decade, into this new year, stay aware of who you are. Stay aware of what makes you free. Stay aware of negative energies and detour them as necessary. Do not forget the promise you made with your former self. See that promise flourish this year. Embrace it and never, ever let it go.